let's tend to ourselves as if we were these extraordinary Lenten roses opening in the winter of life. And these soft openings within you are going to lead you to an even greater opening ahead. Hello and welcome back to Remember Why You're Here, a podcast for seekers and sensitives where you can relax, receive, reconnect to yourself, and remember the most important thing of all, why you're here. I'm Asia Suler, author, earth intuitive, teacher, and this is our reading for the month of February 2026. A quick announcement before we get started with this month's intuitive reading that tomorrow is the very last day to sign up for my course, Business as a Spiritual Journey, and get 40% off. This course is designed for all my fellow empaths and sensitives to help you flourish on the path of entrepreneurship, to help you blossom and bring your deepest soul visions to life, to help find gentleness, flow, and ease in the creation of your business so that you can really step into the expansion you're meant to experience in this lifetime. So if you know in this wintertime that this is a big one of your goals, this is a flower you would like to see bloom, then I would love to see you in the program. We're about to get started with this new cohort, and that sale is ending tomorrow. So if you're interested, you can check out the link below. This month is coming in with themes of blossoming that is here to nourish you, luxuries that give you the space to expand, learning how to care for the tender parts of you that are opening, and setting yourself up for big movements and outward expansion in the months ahead. So for this month's reading, I chose to work with the Mother Mary Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild with art by Shiloh Sophia McLeod. And I wanted to work with this deck because I was already getting a feeling sense about February, I don't know, just this sense of needing a little bit of comfort and holding and softness. And the card that I picked did not disappoint. I feel like it is exactly what I needed to hear for this month ahead. And I think is going to be an important continuation of a lot of the big stuff that I think we did and worked through and realized in January. So the card that I picked for this month is called Our Lady of Becoming. It's a beautiful card with a close-up image of a woman's face and flowers blooming around her. And in this deck, Alana Fairchild writes about this card. You may have a sense that deep within you there is so much more than what appears to be on the surface, so much more than what others can see. Even if you consider yourself an open book, so to speak, you may sense that within there is something more of you yet to be. Well, this oracle comes to you with a message, that which you sense within, that unfolding destiny of which you dream will be. And in this description, she goes on to talk about how this card is really asking us to surrender the how of how to get from point A to point B, of how to blossom into, what we truly desire, or experience what we truly desire, to bring it into form, and to know that really following that through line of anything that fulfills our heart, that, that is what is pointing us towards our soul's destiny. To just follow what feels fulfilling towards you is how you let your soul's destiny unfurl. So there's this invitation to simply take the next loving step in your life and to really trust yourself over the opinions of others. She does also mention in the description that there's this sense of is anything happening at all? So this is sort of a slow, incremental unfolding or change. But she really affirms in this description, she says, you have a role and a purpose upon this earth and cannot be replaced. You have a role and a purpose upon this earth and cannot be replaced. We all must become what we are as fully and completely as our heart can dare. I love that aspect of daring that was brought in here. So I really enjoyed reading this description. I feel like it was such a beautiful grounding in this card, and it really helped me also deepen my understanding of what came in for me when I first picked this card. Often when I pick our card for the month, I pick the card and I drop into a channeling session before I even look at the description of the card. And so normally when I present the card, I'm presenting it a little bit backwards because I'm presenting like what it says in the guidebook or, how it's traditionally known. And then I talk about my reading of it. But I flip the process when I pick the card. I pick the card and I go into a channeling session, and then I let the information that's in the guidebook be supporting what it is that I receive for us for this collective here. And so in my reading for this month of February 2026, I got the image and the words, the Lenten Rose. So if any of you are familiar with Lenten roses, it's another word for a plant called a hellebore. It's a beautiful plant that is green with above ground green parts year round, but gets these really lovely rose-like flowers in very, very early spring, late winter. So here our Lenten roses, our hellebores, which we have a whole hillside of, bloom around Valentine's Day every year, which is so sweet and so special. And the sense that I got is that there is this quiet blooming happening this month, this quiet blooming that is on offer for us this month. This blooming is connected to a part of you that maybe you haven't given much attention or care to. Maybe you've been really busy. Maybe you've had a lot going on. There was so much, I feel like, in January that we were like creating and pushing forward and making happen. And there's this sense that if we give this part of ourselves that softness, that holding, that care, that it will allow us to bloom in a much bigger way in the months ahead, that there's more like outward expansion and creation and change that is going to happen for us. But in this month, it's almost like this cozy little turning inwards to hold a part of ourself that is tender and it's becoming. And I got very strongly this image of literally taking care of a rose. So we need to learn how to take care of flowers so that they will open. And I remember when I first received roses, however old I was, probably a teenager, I had no idea that you had to like tend a rose in order for it to open fully. I thought you get the flowers, you plonk them in some water and that's it. But actually, if you want, especially a cut flower to really reach its full bloom in your care, you need to actually take care and tend to that flower. You need to trim the flower, put that flower in water, sometimes put flower food into the water. You need to keep it trimmed, trim it every couple days, and then it will keep unfurling more and more. So there's this level where I often think that we expect something to bloom in our life and have that bloom take care of us. But the reality is we actually have to take care of our own blooming and our own becoming. And yes, when that bloom, that flower, that part of ourself is fully open, fully in experience, fully in expression, it will take care of us. And in that it is taking care of the part of our soul that wants to be expressed in that way. It will draw to us the opportunities that we need and crave and are yearning for in our life. But we need to have that piece of responsibility of taking care of our own blooming in the meantime. The tender parts of us that are blooming, they need a little bit of ongoing touch and care. And what I'm really sensing here this month is that there is already a blooming underway for you. It's already underway. It's just that it needs like a little bit of like tenderness and love during this time. So the message that came in for me here was shelter this bloom on the sunny side of your house. Like I literally got an image of like the sunny side of your house in wintertime and like the flowers there being able to bloom sooner than the flowers elsewhere. This is how we nurture blooms in winter, whether it's the physical winter surrounding us or it's an inner winter or winter of our life, is having those parts of us that we're sheltering with the warm sides of our care, of our love, and really like letting that bloom happen in the shelter of that warmth. Specifically, like I think about this month of February, we have Valentine's Day, we have, these holiday of like care and attention and devotion and love, and like to see like this blooming part of yourself, to see your own body as your Valentine, to like take care of yourself with tenderness and love and gentleness in this way. And also along with this is to really allow whatever is blooming and opening for you right now. Maybe it's a new kind of awareness. Maybe it's a new passion. Maybe it's a new relationship, but to allow whatever this blooming is to be for you. Almost like buying yourself flowers this month. It's like allow this blooming to be for you, to nourish you. And the way that we do that, the way that we can enjoy this own blossoming in our life is to ask yourself, what are some like little luxuries I can give myself this month? And I want to reframe this that luxury is not about expensive things. Luxury is about giving your spirit the space to expand, the space that it needs to expand, to feel like it has space to like reach its full unfurling. That's what a luxury is. So, are there some little luxuries you can give yourself in this process of unfurling and blooming this month? What moments of expansion can you give yourself? In what way can you just relax a little bit into the contours of your being? So if there is like a little trip you've been thinking about, or a night away you wanted to take, or something like really cozy you wanted to get for yourself, like I just get the feeling like this month is the time for that. Like do that this month. I get the sense that things are going to start moving again in a little bit more rapid way once we get to March. And so in this month, it's like, what are some little pleasures you can allow yourself? What are the times you can take? Is there time you can take to just relax into your own container and into your own expansion? Blooming itself is a motion of relaxing open. That's what blooming is. And so any ways in which we can allow ourselves these micro moments of blooming, of relaxing open, of lowering our expectations a little bit, of giving ourselves more space, more gentleness. Like I said, taking that trip to the spa or the sauna or that walk in the woods, whatever those things are, to allow yourself that these little moments of reprieve, like that kept coming through for me, little moments of reprieve, like moments when you could just like exhale and just allow your shoulders down a little bit. Anytime you allow yourself to relax just a little bit, to soften just a little bit, you're allowing this further blooming to take place. This is how true becoming actually happens. It's when you allow yourself to bloom within yourself and for yourself first, being nurtured and nourished by our own energy of becoming and blooming, to really enjoy yourself. Like that's kind of the query for this month. Like, how can you enjoy yourself this month? I often have this thing where I'm like, if I can't get a kick out of myself, then like who will? Like if I can't get a kick out of myself, then what's the point? What's the point of this life? Like I want to be able to like enjoy myself, to get a kick out of my own zaniness or, whatever it is, like the things that just like make me come alive, because this is who I am in this lifetime. This is the body I am. This is the system I'm in. This is who I am, how I operate. And so why not find ways to enjoy that? So there's a deep invitation this month of like, how can you enjoy yourself? Like I remember this meme, I think it's the first meme I ever saved ever online when I realized, oh, you can save a meme. And it said, in a room full of people, want yourself first. That's the energy we're coming into this month with. In a room full of people, want yourself first. What do you want? What helps you feel yummy and grounded inside of yourself? I really see February as this interesting bridge month. It always is every year. January, we start like hot out of the gate. We have our goals, we have our intentions, we have our projects, we have all the things that we're trying to do. It's like there's an intensity often to January. And then, at least where I live, spring starts in March. Like that's really when things start to get underway, to start moving towards a different direction, a different season. This is when the equinox happens. February is this bridge month. It's this time where we might be asked to like slow down a little bit again, to take stock of where we actually want to be come spring versus, what we've been pushing or building towards. It is a short month. It's shorter than any other month of the year. And so it's this like interesting pause, this interesting breath, this interesting like time where the light is quickening. You might notice if you're in the northern hemisphere that sunsets actually seem to take a little bit longer now. Like there is more light every day, and also that daylight is stretching out for us in the transition times. And so there's a reason why in the Celtic calendar and the Celtic wheel of the year, Imbolc, this celebration that happens at the beginning of February, is the celebration of the first light. It's when you make candles. You're celebrating like the very first lambs that are being born. It's a time when there is this like quickening, this opening, this softening into what will be spring. And so I really feel like this February for us in particular is an invitation in what I sense is going to be a really big year. A lot is going to happen this year. I'm sure you made a lot happen already in January, or a lot happened to you. And so there's this invitation with February of just like allowing yourself to really relish and tend to your own blooming, your own blossoming, whatever is happening inside you right now, and that this will really give you the ground and the groundedness to step into a bigger version of yourself come spring. There's a bigger version of yourself that is en route in this coming spring, or in this, March and April, the months ahead. And there'll be more energy picking up then. There'll be more outward energy. There'll be, more happening. So this February feels like a really important nourishment time. And I really encourage you to sink into that in the ways that you can. When a flower's open, that's how they call in pollinators. That's what flowers are. Flowers are like big, beautiful flags that call in the opportunities, the pollinators, the energies that they need to create more life, to create more. And so that's what your flowering is. It's you allowing more of your energy to the surface of your body, to the surface of your expression in this world. And through allowing more of your energy into this world, calling into the opportunities, the people, the situations that will help you take these next steps, will help you continue to expand in your soul's path. And the way that we allow these aspects of our energy to make this outer manifestation to unfold in the outer world is through tending and enjoying them first within ourselves, to being with this blossom inside of ourselves. And I really, I have this feeling that even if no one else sees this blooming for you this month, that if you are allowing yourself to sink into it, to nourish it, to relish it, that it will really give you that energy to, as we move into the further months into this year, like really call in what you're desiring and give you a conduit to allow more of your gifts to come through. That's why this little inner blossoming is happening right now in whatever like small unseen corner of your life or your inner self. This blossoming is happening so that you will trust your gifts more, so that you will be able to allow those gifts to translate and move through you. Because when you allow yourself to bloom, you allow this gift to flow. So if I really had to like summarize this month, I would be like, it's a treat yourself kind of month. Like that's what it is. It's like treat yourself. I'm here for that. Let's do that. Let's treat ourselves and let's like tend to ourselves as if we were these extraordinary Lenten roses opening in the winter of life and bringing so much beauty and so much hope to the world, because that's really who you are and that is what you're doing. And these soft openings within you are going to lead you to an even greater opening ahead. So if part of what you're ready to see blossom in your life is your business, this business that is truly an expression of your soul's voice and your purpose in this lifetime, then I would love to see you in business as a spiritual journey. This course for sensitives and empaths is 40% off right now. I've never done a sale this big before, and the sale is ending tomorrow. So if you're interested in this 5-week program that will help you find your voice inside of your business, help you design a business that works for your particular nervous system, for your sensitivities, for your abilities, for your gifts, if you're ready to have a business that really allows you to speak to your soul group, the people you are here to serve, that allows you to overcome blocks that you have to sharing yourself with the world, to giving your gifts to this planet, then This course has helped over 1,000 people do just that, and I would be so excited to help you in your unfurling. When you sign up for the course before the sale ends, you also get access to 2 live events with me coming up in February and March where you can ask me anything you want about a business, about your business, about how to start a business, about what's going on for you inside of your business. I love these sessions. I love being able to sit with folks and watch them unfurl in this way. So if you're interested, you can check out the link in the show notes. And I would be so excited to help you and your visions bloom in this way. So get yourself some flowers this month. I think that's probably where we're ending up at the end of this podcast. Get yourself some flowers this month. Treat yourself. Treat yourself like the blooming rose that you are. You are bringing so much to this world simply by being yourself. And this month, we really have an opportunity to nourish ourselves for the bigness of what's ready to unfurl and open ahead. So thank you so much for being here. May this month bring you little luxuries. May it bring you peace and perspective. And may it help you remember that most important thing of all, why you're here.